Good evening, and welcome to the Dialogue and Love podcast with me, your hostess, Goddess Love. This week's episode is about the representative versus the real you. Now, I did a video on this, I think it was like a reel or something on social media about 2 or 3 years ago in regards to the representative versus the true you. And basically, what I was talking about was, and I'll use the same analogy that I used in that video about we show a certain side of ourselves or a certain part of ourselves. Sometimes it is genuine, sometimes it's not. Um, the analogy that I used was that of a criminal and a lawyer. Say you are a person who unalives people. You do it. You did it. Maybe once, maybe twice. But you get a lawyer who is your representative in court, and they present a picture of you that's something other than who you are. They present you as this wholesome, sweet, kind person who would never hurt a fly. Someone who follows all the rules of society, because this is the job of an attorney who is defending you, or representing you rather. Um, they go to court. They say, Your Honor, my client is not guilty because they are this, that, and the third. They present a sweet argument to the jury or whoever else is present to try you in court. However, between you and your attorney, because it's my understanding an attorney has to know whether you actually are guilty or not. However, you know in your heart of hearts that you was at the club and this person stepped on your shoe and you proceeded to pull out your knife and did what you needed to do, and the person passed away because of it. You really in the back of your mind had no remorse because that motherfucker shouldn't have never stepped on my shoe. Now, again, your attorney, your representative has gone to court and did everything they could do to present you as this upstanding and wholesome person. You get acquitted. Self-defense, whatever. You go back out, you free from whatever it was that, whatever minimal amount of retribution you had to do. But you're out, you're free, you're doing your thing, and you go to Starbucks, and that entitled person bumps ahead of you in line and tell you they're in a hurry. And the next thing you know, you done pulled out your knife again and you done did somebody in again. Because that's just your nature. And once again, you are not sorry. They should have never bumped you in line. You did what you did again. Now, that is your nature. That is truly who you are. And 9 times out of 10, if you have this same attorney, they're going to do the same thing possibly again, depending on how good or bad they are as a representative. But the whole gist of the analogy is sometimes we present ourselves in a different light because it's more satisfying to those that we want to draw in. Okay. And sometimes we can do that in relationships. Okay. When it comes to romantic relationships, we will present something to that person so that they are drawn in by us and they will want to be around us, or they will want to be with us for that matter. When we are children, we might present a certain side of ourselves to our parents. But when we're at school or we out in the streets with our friends, we cussing and doing all kinds of stuff that our parents would never dream that little baby would do. Now, some of us are realistic and we know that our children cuss when they're not around us and do certain things that they wouldn't do when they're at home. But some of us would never dream that our children are drug dealers or gang bangers and all that kind of stuff, because that's just not who we raised. But sometimes we can present ourselves to our family in a certain way to see us in a good light. We can present ourselves to our mates to see so that they see us in a good light. We'll present ourselves in a certain way to the public so that we're seen in a good light. It's just like when you have a job and you're a customer service representative. A customer might come in there and act a complete ass. And you say, oh, hi, how are you? You can see them coming. But your customer service representative persona says, hello, welcome to our humble establishment. How can I assist you? Oh, sure, that's not a problem. And if they are being problematic, which a lot of customers are, let's be realistic, they're shouting, they're screaming at you, and the first thing you have to say is, well, I do apologize for us not being able to assist you, but let me get a manager and see what they can do to assist you or help you with this problem. You walk away, and in the back, you saying, you know what, this bitch working my last motherfucking nerve, and she lucky I'm at work, or I slapped the hell out of her ass. I know, because I used to be a customer service representative by phone and by face for many, many years. That was my mentality. There were times when I would be on the phone with a customer and they would be acting a fool. And I would just be sitting there listening to them and letting them rant. And I do apologize. I do apologize. In which I'm not fucking sorry, because I already told you no. Now, in my last position, I had the authority to say no and stand on that no. And my manager was going to back me up on that no, because I worked for a company that did certain things in a certain way where we had proof to back up everything that we did. And if a customer wasn't satisfied, oh well. It's a multi-million-dollar company. I don't give a fuck about you. Flat. You bought our product. It operated as it was designed. And if you don't like it, I don't know what to tell you. Because they spent a lot of money to go through extensive testing and all of that to make sure that their products operated as they were supposed to. And if a customer said it didn't, they did the research in the proper channels to see if the product indeed failed. So anyway, when this information would come back from inspections and all of this kind of stuff, and I called the customer and said, hey, well, we did our research and it came back and it said blah, 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 and I'm sorry, we can't assist you. Well, I would get called names and everything else, and I would just sit there and let them vent. And then they would say, hello? Yes, I'm still here. I didn't want to interrupt you. Now, I didn't have to apologize, but I would say, as we advised upon inspection, in which you agreed to, because they have to sign a contract, which you agreed to this inspection, and that whatever the outcome was, you would accept it. I don't care what I said. And it's like, okay, once again, we can't assist you. We've done everything that we needed to do to assist. I'm going to get my lawyer. Oh, we love that. Because then we was, okay, well, have your attorney contact me and give him the contact information. Thank you. Have a good day, and hang the fucking phone up. I enjoyed that job profusely. But, again, with romantic relationships, we get into these situations with people. And one of the questions that I no longer answer, because what ends up happening is this person gives you what it is that you ask for when that's not them. And the question is, what are you looking for in a mate? Now, I've started answering that question previously, I started answering that question with, just be yourself. Well, usually I didn't get callbacks after I told people to be themselves, because sometimes people don't know who they are. They don't know who they are, so they take on a persona that a person puts out there for them. If you meet someone and you say, hey, and they say to you, hey, what are you looking for in a mate? Well, I want somebody that's kind and attentive, and I want them to send me flowers every week, and I want them to tell me how beautiful I am. I want good morning texts. I want to talk at least once a day by phone. I want to go on dates. I want to take trips. And that person, if they have those capabilities, will do all of that. And then when you're fully immersed in who this person is, the representative that they gave you, and you're in love, that's when they'll truly show who they are. They're going to show their natural ass. And it might not be pretty. Now, we have some people who will do the opposite. They'll show you all of the bad shit in the very beginning. And you'll say, oh, I can change them. And then you get with them and you can't change them, and they've showed you who they are from the very beginning, and it wasn't what you really wanted, but you wanted a project to change somebody. So you have to be aware that, sometimes people are showing you who they truly are from the very beginning. There ain't no representative. I am who I am. And, me being who I am, and I always say that could have something to do with why a lot of people don't want to date me, because I let people know from the very beginning, this is who I am, flaws and all. If you are not a person who practices what I practice as far as divination and all of that kind of stuff, I might not be the girl for you. I don't wear high heel shoes because of whatever my personal reasons are. I cook when I feel like it. I'm not one who's going to chase or, because I've ran into people who wanted me to call them every day. And it's like, you told me you work from 9 to 6. I'm not going to call you between 9 and 6 because I know you're at work. If you have time while you're at work and you feel like you want to talk to me, you can call. But I'm not a person who likes to go and interrupt a person's work day. When you get off from work, if you feel like talking, you want to call me, that's fine. Now, on your off day, when I know you're not working, I'll probably call you and say, hey, I might even shoot you a text in the morning. Have a great day. Grand Rising. And I know Grand Rising gets on some people's nerves, but oh well, that's what I say. Grand Rising, I hope you have a good day. Now, I've had men tell me, well, I don't want to deal with no woman that act like she can't call me. And it's like, it's not that I can't call you. It's that I'm respecting you as a person who has a job that works from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. I'm respecting the fact that maybe after you get off work, you might want to decompress and you might not want to have a phone conversation. So if you do, you can call me. This is just who I am. I just don't feel the need to chase anyone. And I feel, yes, I'm putting that in terms of chasing. If I have to always be the one calling you, and they look at it the other way, well, I'm always calling you, but I don't work. I'm at home. I'm retired. So a person can call me any time of the day. And if I say that to someone, well, I'm always available because, I'm retired, so I don't work. You can call me anytime you want. And you don't, then I'm not going to be mad at you, but it's just like, well, we already laid the cards on the table as to what our schedules are and all of that type of stuff. So I don't see where that should be a problem. It doesn't mean that I don't like a person because I'm not constantly calling them, but everybody ain't the same. When I was married, I called my husband anytime I wanted to because that was my husband. So if he was busy, he would text me and say, hey, I'm busy right now. I'll call you back. We talked all day from the morning time he was the truck driver, so he was on the road. When I woke up and I got myself together, I would call him on my way to work. We would pray together over the phone and all of that kind of stuff. When I would go to lunch, I would call him. Hey, we would talk pretty much my whole lunch hour. Get off from work. On my way home, call. Hey, I'm on my way home from work. Are you going to be in this evening? No, won't be back till tomorrow, whatever. But we talk on the phone. Okay, well, I'm going to get in the house and fix me something to eat and I'll call you back. Call him back. We get on the phone. We would do that. So it's just establishing certain things within the dynamic of your relationship depending on where it is. Now, getting into the family dynamic thing, I feel like we should never have to put up a front and pretend like we're something we're not with our loved ones. But sometimes family members do it all the time. I've been on the receiving end of people who fake love, telling me they love me and, oh, yeah, I miss our relationship and blah, blah, blah. And then when I'm no longer there, they're talking cash shit about me. Yeah, she just came over here so she can show off. She thinks she better than everybody else. This, and this. And when I got wind of it, it was like, damn, it's like that. But why grin and skin in my face and tell me how much you love me when that is not actually how you feel? So I let these people off the hook with that, so I stopped dealing with them. With our children, I get it. I understand that children present themselves a certain way to their parents because they don't want to disappoint them. That's just a kid thing. Um, but I say, as my child, don't pretend like you like me as your mother or what have you. If you don't like me, then you don't have to deal with me. It's simple as that. When you become an adult and you no longer live under the roof of your parents and you got your own life and all of that, you don't have to talk to them if you don't want to, if you feel like they're not conducive to your life. But be real about why you're not dealing with them. Be real about why you don't want to have a relationship with them. Be real about it. Don't use a representative. Just be real. Because, we don't have to like our parents and we don't have to like our children. If it's something about them that you don't like or makes them unlovable to you, it is what it is. You don't have to deal with them. But don't make excuses. Don't be fake. Don't use a representative. Be yourself. And it is what it is. Either people are going to love you or they're not. I don't know what to tell you in regards to stepping away from a situation other than be real about it. You my mama, but I don't like you. I don't like your behaviors. I don't like the shit you do. Now I'm a person where it didn't matter to me what my mother did. I loved her. I didn't always like her, but I loved her. And it didn't matter what she did. I still wanted to be around her. I still wanted to talk to her. I still needed her as my mother. And if I didn't want to be around her for a period of time, I would take my time away. But it didn't stop me from calling and talking to her and confiding in her and loving on her as much as I possibly could. I wish so badly that she still was here. I do. So I couldn't think of doing anything to her, being fake with her and all of that kind of stuff. Because I told my mother, like, one time she did get really upset when I told her how I felt about some things that she did when I was growing up. And it was like, I didn't do that. And it was like, yes, you did. And I told her, don't feel bad about it. It is what it is. I don't hate you because of it. I still love you, my mama. We all make mistakes. We're all human. We're all people, and it is what it is. Now, if if this resonates and you feel like you have a representative that you keep turned on more than turned off, you got to dig a little deep and figure out why do you feel like you have to have a representative that you keep turned on more than anything else. I get going to work. I get having to have a certain persona, but there's something within you that you need to figure out and address if you have the representative on more than you have the real you on. There's definitely reasons why we have representatives, but at all times, some flashes of who we truly are should be coming through. Being genuine is very important. It can affect your mental when you have to pretend to be something that you're not. And then when, it comes to light that you're not this person that you're pretending to be, it can affect you in a way as well. So for your own mental well-being, for your own health and, sensibilities and self-awareness, understand who you are, and that work representative is necessary, but you can still be genuine at the same time. Do your job within whatever the ramifications are for that job, but let the real you always shine through. So I hope this helps someone in understanding representative and real you, and understanding that some people do this because they want to manipulate. They want to do certain things because it's more conducive to them, and they're being a little selfish and not allowing you to be a part of who they really are because it's something that you might not need in your life. Step away from that type of energy, no matter who it is. I want to thank you all again for liking, sharing, subscribing, following. I appreciate y'all so much. This is a journey that has been helping me. I don't know, it's probably been helping me more than it been helping other people. There's been many times where I just wanted to say, you know what, forget it and give up. But I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep going. Because every time I say, you know what, this ain't everybody's cup of tea. And I can't give people all of that stuff that they want, where it's a bunch of fluff and drama and all of that kind of stuff. There is an aspect of it that I am kind of playing around with between me and my sister, an extension of this, but it's going to be very adult. It's going to be kind of an after dark type thing because we want to talk about that because that's part of life. But for everybody who continues to support me, I appreciate you and I thank you so much. And I'm sending you all peace, love, light, positive energy, and healing vibes. And I'll see you soon, macaroons. Bye.